Happy Thanksgiving week. This is episode 75 of Family Life Mornings. We are a morning radio show hosted by Steve, Terese, and Randy on Family Life, a network of radio stations across New York and Pennsylvania. Our podcast, some of the more interesting moments from the week.
Oh, she's comfy. Oh, she's comfy. I like this blanket.
They're here to wake you up, pick you up, and lift you up. Steve, Terese, and Randy on Family Life. A friend you can turn to.
So how did you sleep last night?
Pretty good, thanks.
You slept well? Oh, that's good. That's the question we should ask people. When you see people at work this morning, don't ask how are you or how was your weekend. Ask very specifically, how did you sleep last night? When you see your kids for the first time this morning, say to them, how did you sleep last night? The reason is that is the number one indicator of whether or not somebody is going to argue with you.
Wow.
If you have a bad night's sleep, you're more apt to argue. So if you run into somebody and say, how'd you sleep last night? And they say, awful. You say, well, it's nice to see you. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Right?
Bye
Move
now.
on.
Music? Check. News? Check. Encouragement? Check. Yep, we're ready to start the day. Family Life Mornings.
Okay, I don't want you to think I'm just making sourdough bread. I've been doing some other baking, too. I actually made a pumpkin cheesecake a couple weeks ago. It was pretty good. Those are pretty popular right now. But if you find that there are already too many desserts on your Thanksgiving menu, like we don't need another pie or cheesecake, maybe whip up one of these as an appetizer. The newest flavor of cheesecake.
It is?
Right, you're going to still need some cream cheese and some of those teeny tiny hot dogs. It's a pigs in the blanket cheesecake.
Wait a minute. Say that again. A what kind of tea?
Pigs in a blanket. So it's more like savory than sweet. It's got hints of thyme and sage, and then you top it with caramelized onions and those little itty bitty hot dogs. So I'm thinking, though, if you serve this like as an appetizer, it doesn't even matter what the rest of the meal is, because that's like all people are going to be talking about, right?
Right. And then as they bring it to the table, you might be looking at that dish and go like, what is that? I've never seen anything like that. But you'll know if it's a pigs in a blanket cheesecake. Because I know what they sound like as it's coming toward the table.
Pigs in the blanket?
Yeah, pigs in a blanket. They're like, oh, she's comfy. Oh, she's comfy. I like this blanket.
A little serious, a little silly. A perfect balance to start your day. Family Life Mornings.
So with some of the homemade sourdough bread that I made this weekend, I cubed it up and I put it in a Ziploc, and it's already in the freezer. That is going to be my secret ingredient for stuffing this year.
Not secret anymore.
Debbie in Cast Isle says garlic. Robin in Rochester says she uses cilantro stalks instead of celery, and that makes a big difference. And then Matt and Lauren says, my family doesn't let me help. That's their big secret.
Who's this?
I am Beth. I'm from Ransomville, New York.
Okay, you can tell us. You can tell us your secret stuffing ingredient. Shh, go ahead.
Okay. It's raisins.
Ooh, yum.
Oh, that sounds good.
So it's like a little
It
savory,
really is
little
a
sweet thing.
touch.
Keith from Erie. I think Terese has discovered it. My mom, she's got a bread machine that she makes a couple different kinds of bread, like a week or 2 weeks before Thanksgiving, and that's what she uses.
Then it smacks in Cuba. I put my fork in it.
Oh, man. That is one of the best things ever.
It's not a secret,
Of course
Dennis.
it is. Have a good one, guys.
Steve, Terese, and Randy. Friends you can turn to on Family Life Mornings.
Used to be that if you wanted to get a good dollar for your house, you had to have an open floor plan. Chip and Joe were knocking down walls, and it was just the way it was going to be. Now, one of the most popular features in a home is a home office. With a door. Okay, with a door. Another hot item is a pool, because you figure, well, we're spending all our vacations here, so we might as well have something fun to do. And by the way, could you shut that door when you walk out?
Exactly.
Thanks.
It's Steve, Terese, and Randy on Family Life. A friend you can turn to.
Last week, there was a good-sized buck that walked right through our backyard, and I thought, man, if I were a hunter, I would be really excited. But I'm not a hunter. Corey, however, is. And he went hunting. The first time he'd ever used a shotgun. He usually takes a rifle. But he went on, a friend of his owned some property and went out his backyard, and he saw a 10-point buck, and he shot it. and he wasn't quite sure if he hit it or not, but he thought he did, so he started tracking it, and he walked around a pond. This is in Minnesota. He ran into an alligator.
Whoops.
Wait, in Minnesota?
In Minnesota, there was an alligator, and he had to jump back, and he quickly called his buddy, said, you have an alligator up here by your pond? And his friend said, what? He goes, there's an alligator. He goes, no way. Well, then he called the Department of Natural Resources. Alligators aren't protected in Minnesota because they're considered an invasive species. So Corey found his buck, and now his freezer is full of venison and gator meat.
Wow.
Because you go hunting, you never know what you're going to find.
Wow. What's this alligator doing in the pond? The backstroke, I think.
Come on.
That one never gets old, does it?
No, it just did.
It just did.
Fun conversation, good music, and something to think about. Family Life Mornings.
Over this past year, I've improved my baking skills, although I keep it simple. I'm a simple fella. Even my wife, Audrey, the dessert queen here at Family Life, has been impressed with some of my baking things.
Yeah?
But here's why I keep it simple. I keep it to like 3 ingredients.
Okay.
Above that, I get confused, and
Right.
I don't want to bother. So,
Okay.
like a 3-ingredient thing. Now, I want to move forward and help out during Thanksgiving.
Sharon from Montgomery.
Can you keep it to 3 ingredients, you think, for a side dish for me?
Well, sure.
Okay.
That's all I make.
Yes. We're like-minded. All right.
How about water, a can of fruit, and Jell-O?
Oh, you're making like a Jell-O fruit molds.
Yeah.
Just dump it all in a
Ew.
big bowl and see what happens.
Yeah. You don't have to
Sounds
follow the
good.
directions on the box, okay?
Oh, a box. Okay. I can do
Oh,
that.
yeah.
All right.
Wendy, and I live in Parrish. I got a 2-ingredient side dish.
Oh, this will give me so much extra time to take a nap. Go ahead.
It's really easy. It's olives and cream cheese. And what it does is keeps you out of your wife's hands, and you're over in the corner, and you're taking the cream cheese with a knife or spoon, and you're putting it inside the black olive.
Oh, wow.
So it keeps you occupied, makes you think you're helping.
Makes you think you're helping.
The morning time. It's God's time. Thanks for waking up with Family Life Mornings.
Saw one of those surveys, like what your favorite side dish says about your personality. And so, Randy, what would be your most favorite side dish?
Oh, my. That's hard because they're all great, but I'd probably go with mashed potatoes and gravy.
Oh, that says you are a sensitive, caring person. How do you feel about stuffing?
Oh, love stuffing.
Okay, that says you're creative. If you like sweet potato casserole, you're optimistic. And
Is green bean casserole on the list or not? Does that make the list or not?
that's well, that says you're unusual. but if you like cranberry sauce, it says you're sophisticated.
Ooh,
and
I
so
like
I
it.
have ascertained from this study that Randy is a sophisticated, creative, sensitive optimist, and Steve, you're just unusual.
If it's too early for you to start thinking about real life, it's okay. You can hang out with us as long as you want.
This is Family Life Mornings.
5 seconds isn't a very long time. Unless you're second in line at the light and it turns green. And you have to wait 5 seconds. Seems like an eternity, right?
Right.
Everything is relative. 114 feet isn't all that high. Like, for instance, the Empire State Building is 1,250 feet high. So 114 feet is not really all that high. It's about 40 yards or about half of a football field. So it's not really all that high. Unless you get into a swimming pool that is built between 2 buildings in London. I mean, it's 40 feet off the ground, has a glass bottom. The pool is between 2 buildings. So you get into the pool and you look down while you're in the pool, and there you are. 114 feet.
It's high.
40 yards high.
It is.
Yeah. Remember that 5 seconds I mentioned?
Yeah.
Stuff? That's about how long I'd be in that pool before I'm out.
Yeah, not even. Oh, wait, we can't travel? Oh.
Oh, it's in London? Oh,
Such
I
a
just stay here.
bummer. Oh,
You guys enjoy
too
that
bad.
pool. It's opening this spring, and you have a fine, fine swim, won't you?
You'll always wake up on the right side of the bed when you start your day with Steve, Terese, and Randy on Family Life. A friend you can turn to.
Two natures beat beat within my breast. The one is foul, the one is blessed. The one I love, the one I hate. The one I feed will dominate. And how important is it for us to constantly get in the Word?
When you wake up with Family Life, you get the encouragement you need to start the day.
This expert from Forbes says, here's what you should say to your boss once a month. I want to make sure I keep growing and improving. So if you were me, what would you choose to work on? That's something that puts you in good stead with your boss, and you should do about once a month. And I thought, well, that's interesting because I do mine about, it's a lot more frequent than that, almost once a day. Mine is, would you like 1 or 2 slices of pizza? I can get it for you anytime you want.
Do you do that, really?
Is that too much information?
That's why you're the favorite.
Well, 1 or 2
now
slices
I
of
found
pizza.
out.
I can get it for you. You just let me know. I'll do it. Seems to work. I don't know.
You know we're friends because we're already on a first-name basis. It's Family Life Mornings with Steve, Terese, and Randy from Family Life, a friend you can turn to.
12 days of leftovers, and we had the idea of this could be the worst idea ever, or maybe it could be the best ever, and it could be a hit song you could hear for years. So we thought we'd start and you'd finish. We started the first day. My true love gave to me a turkey casserole. Stretch it a little bit, but that's like
say it just like
turkey casserole. Now, you go with 2, all the way to 12. Here we go.
2 casseroles of enchiladas. How about 3 foods that were forgotten in the microwave?
happens every time.
Forgotten in the microwave. Thank you.
Oh, we just got a text from Robin in Rochester. It's 4 turkey tetrazinis.
And 5 what?
Quesadillas.
And 6
Turkey tacos.
Thank you.
7 pieces of pumpkin pie. 8 pieces of pumpkin pie. And then 9 pieces of pumpkin pie.
Hey, we're almost done the song already.
10 stuffing waffles.
Ooh, yum. Nick
Stuffing
made those for Nick's Picks You Can Fix a couple years ago. Those are good.
Thank you.
11 turkey pot pie.
12 turkey stratas for breakfast.
Thank you very much for completing our song.
We can't always take your call, but we will see your text if you send a message to 888-413-4156.
This is Family Life Mornings